I was mad, inconsiderate, and weird. Like, bitch, you're trying to be nutty buddies? Like, what are you doing? Oh no, but it's giving backdoor. And I'm like, okay, I don't care. Go ahead. I'm not chasing you, boy. Bye. Bye, bye. What? Y'all was plotting on me from the get-go. And I'm like, on my way to work. And she's at his house on his bed. She's like, guess where I'm at? And
oh, you want to get fucked up? You want to get...
Hey guys, it's your girl Nick B who Baby Machine, and we are back with another for your freaking mother. As you can see by the title today, I'm going to be telling a story about how my best friend slept with my boyfriend and he died. As sad as that may... I'm sorry. Like, we're going to clear up a few things before we start, but yeah, it sounds crazy, but it literally was crazy, and we're not going to really, like... Okay, since he's not here to defend himself, we will not be slandering him in the comments, okay? Please guys, you know, as it may seem sad, you know, he's still not here, and you know, rest in peace to him. And I just wanted to say this part of the story. I wanted to say this because this story has been on my mind for so long, and it's like I never really spoke on a story time, and people probably be asking like, what happened with such and such? I won't be saying her name. She might be on my channel, she might not be on my channel. No shade, I ain't saying nothing more, nothing less, bro. So let's just get into it. Let's go, okay? Yeah. So it wouldn't be a story time without me eating that, would it? So we're gonna eat this cake and we're gonna talk about the story. Let me just try first and we're gonna start. Yeah, no. Let me get some snack and be right back. Alright. We got the snacks. Let's start. So we're going to talk about who the girl was. Like, okay, so me and this girl, we've known each other since, like, I was, like, 8 years old. Yeah, no. I knew the girl from, like, since I was, like, 9 years old or something like that. We used to go to cheer together a long time ago. And, yeah, like, we were friends for a long time. Like, we were friends on and off. But we were friends for a pretty long time. We were falling on and off because she was, like, boy crazy, like, sometimes she would just act like a lunatic, like, around, like, certain boys, or, like, it would be something, like, it would just always be something with boys. Like, I feel like there's always something with boys, or it's just always something with her being, like, a disloyal friend. And we don't need that in our life. At all. And one thing about me is I don't like boy crazy females. It's just not for me. Like, you could do that over there. It's okay to be a little delulu, because delulu is a delulu. But it just did not give, like, it gave something was wrong with old girl. Like, I'm like, every time it's something with you and something, like, come on. Like, another thing about this girl is, like, she would be boy crazy, but I feel like she had a crush on me or something. Like, it was something, like, I don't know if she had a crush on me or she was jealous of me, but I say she had a crush on me only because it was 2 times, not once, but twice. She tried to have, like, she was trying to give off hints of a threesome with me, and I'm like, ew. Like, it was one girl we used to hang out with. It was me, her, and her. I'm not saying no names, but, and she would be like, oh, the only person I want to try a threesome, the only person I will ever try a threesome with is you. And I'm like, and she wasn't ugly, don't get me wrong, I like females, but I'm like, it was not giving for me. Like, I just don't know, it was just something about her, like, And then the second time was with the boy in this story that I'm going to be telling y'all, and I don't know why the signs weren't there before. But anyways, like, yeah, it was just strange. But me and her friendship was really based off of us going live all the time on Instagram, which is how I met this boy, which I'll be telling y'all next. But I just want to give y'all a backstory of her before we get into the story, so y'all know, like, the type of person she was. She was boy crazy. She was always, like, you know, in parties. She was always in boys' faces. Like, she liked boy attention. And don't get me wrong, everybody operates differently. But me, I don't like being in boys' faces. I don't like being in nobody's face, period. And I just can't, like, all of that, like, it's just too much going on for me. Like, you know, like, we're supposed to be friends. Like, I don't find none of my friends attractively enough to be like, okay, let's have a threesome. Like, like, no, I don't even joke like that. Back up before I do something, okay? So anyways, yeah, like, our friendship was based off of lives. Like, we would always go on live, and we would always, like, make content together, party together. Like, that's basically how me and her friendship was based off of, like, you know. So yeah, so this was probably about, what year was this? This was probably about my senior year of high school, so 2022. It has been a little minute before I just got on here to talk about it because, you know, it's been a little minute, so I feel like it's more than enough time to speak on it, but now we're just gonna hop into the story. So when I tell you I was minding my business, I was not talking to nobody, I was not dealing with nobody. When me and my girlfriend broke up, I probably was, yeah, I wasn't really doing nothing. Like, I was to myself, was not messing with nobody, nothing like that, nothing of the sort. Like, I was really just to myself, focusing on school, like, just enjoying life, you know. It was my senior year of high school, I'm just living my life, just, like, you know, to the fullest, like, you know, just being me, like, you know, just figuring out what I want to do after high school. Like, it's an exciting, like, we're on a journey, we was starting our journey up, so I was really excited, like, you know. And this was probably approximately about March 2022. So that's like the time period of what was going on. So like March 2022, this is when all of this like was transpiring, okay? So I'm gonna add, and mind you, there will be screenshots, not a lot of screenshots because a lot of stuff I'm just gonna leave it off of social media, but I will be adding some stuff like, you know, as we go on. So like I said, our friendship was based off of like, me and her friendship was based off of like lives and stuff, like live, like, you know, we would always be live on IG or TikTok, like we would be doing dance battles on social media, stuff like that. So it was like a lot of stuff like that. So it was one time she was live, and like I said, we're always live together. So like I went on the live and I'm like, okay, I could on live with some people and then some boy. And now, oh my god. So yeah, some boy. And the boy, like I said, I've been to myself, I haven't been talking about it, and I'm like, okay, he's cute, like, who is that? So I proceeded to text her. I'm gonna read the screenshot off my phone, but it's gonna be up here, so y'all can see, because I texted her. And I texted her and I had said, where is it at? I said, he's cute. You talk to him? Question mark. And I wanted her to shake her head yes or no, like on the live, so I could be like, you know, or I could say what I wanted to say to him, or on the live, or whatever the case may have been. And I'm like, shake your head. And then I said, but yeah. And I said, you talk to him, shake your head. I said it again. She did not say anything. And I think she responded on the live. She responded on the live and was like, who? And then I said, the boy. I texted the boy's name, which I will be blurring out because, you know. And then I said, I'm about to shoot my shot. And then she said, I'm about to call you back, because I had called her after the live because I wanted to ask her, because you're not answering me, girl. Like, what's going on? And I should have took that as a red flag right there, but you not saying nothing. So that's when she had made a call. She said join, and she made a call with me, him, and I think it was just me and him at first, and then her, and we were just talking and stuff like that. And then I was just asking questions. I was like, oh, so like I wasn't being a fiend, but I was like, making it known that, you know. So I was saying little stuff, and then we proceeded to start talking and stuff like that. And then we just went from there. That's just how we started talking, you know. Like, she put us on basically because she made the call. If she would have never made the call, I would have never, reached out to him or nothing like that, because, I'm not gonna just go do that if you didn't give the green light, because I'd only know of him because of you. You feel me? Like, that's just like, okay, so you basically put us on, right? Whatever. So this is another mini story time, but I'm going to make it faster because I don't want to cut into two different story times. So basically, when me and him first met, that day, I used to be in school at nighttime. I don't know if I told you guys that I graduated night school. Like, I would have school from like 10 o'clock at night. But I had night school, and there was some girl that, the one in the story times that I talked about, the fight in the school bully girl. That girl, okay, so that girl, I forgot what I called her in there, but that girl from that story time, this is the girl that I'm talking about in this story time, okay? Not the same, okay, it's hard to explain. The girl from that story time is the girl that tried to come and set me up with the girl. So just listen. I don't remember what I called her, but blah, blah, blah. So the girl, one of the girls in my school, like, they knew the girl that I had fought, which was my, aka the school bully. So basically, she basically came, like, they was texting and stuff like that. But the girl that I used to hang out with in school, like, we were cool. And I could tell her energy was off. Like, just the way she was moving in the gym class, the way she was just, it was just something was off. Like, she was doing something sneaky. Like, one thing about me is I always scope the scenery out. Like, watch out. Because, like, I just be knowing. So basically, long story short, she she was like, she was on her phone. Like, I'm just speed it up. She was on her phone, and I had seen her phone, and she had the girl's name, which was AKA the school bully. I seen her name on her phone, and she was like, oh, I'm about to pop out right now. But like I said, she's been moving weird all day. She had not like a weird attitude towards me. Like, she was moving funny. And she was saying, like, giving little hints, like, she was like, bitches is getting beat up today. And she just kept saying it, but she's not hinting at who. So, like, I'm like, okay, like, it's giving weird. So, once I found out, I seen that message, and I was like, is that such and such from such and such? She was like, yeah, because that's my man's. And I'm like, but mind you, me and that girl has not seen each other for, like, when I tell you I have not spoken to that girl for, like, I've been in this new school for probably like a year or two now. So like you bringing up old beef was like mad weird. So anyways, I'm on the phone with him because like I said, I was always talking to him. Like we started talking a lot. And I was on the phone with him because we were supposed to link that day. He was going to pick me up from school or whatever. No, I think he was either going to pick me up from my house or he was going to pick me up from school. But regardless of the situation, he was going to pick me up because he had a car and he was going to drive. And he's like, and I told him, I'm like, yeah, I think they about to backdoor me. I think she got some girls coming to the school to come find me or something like that. I don't know what's going on, but it's giving backdoor. Like, it's giving weird. And I told him, he's like, nah, it's none of that. Feel me? And he came, he picked me up. And the girls were outside. But, you know, the funniest thing was the cops was already out there because I guess the girls was in the car. A whole bunch of them just, like, in front of the school just being weird. So the cops ended up coming and I guess they got them. So either way the situation go, we all looking at them. He's like, nah, that's weird. And da-da-da-da. So we could proceed back to the story. So that was the first time. Like, that's the first time. Like, now we're in the car and he just drops my sister. Well, not my sister off, but the girl I was living with off. He drops her off and then... yeah, me and him just proceed to go hang out. Like, we go to his house. We're just chilling, you know. I was smoking at the time, so we just, you know, we're just chilling. Like, we're just vibing. We didn't do anything. I did end up falling asleep over there, but it was because I was so tired. Like, I was so aggravated the whole day. Like, I ended up falling asleep at his house, and then the next morning, I was like, oh, like, I didn't think nothing of it because, like, he put the cover on me and all of that. He didn't even sleep next to me. Like, I was like, oh, like, that was so sweet. Like, he slept in a whole other room and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, like, that was so nice of him. Like, you know, like, because normally, you know how guys would be, like, trying to, you know. So I took that, like, as, like, okay, so he's kind of, like, feeling me because... you know, like, you just sat there and you did all of that nice stuff for me. Whatever the case may be. But when I tell y'all, we was with each other every single day. Like, every single day after that. Like, every single day. Like, that later on that day, he picked me up, dropped me off. I would go to school, go to work, do my business. Then we would consistently hang out every single day. Like, I was seeing that boy, like, probably, like, 5-6 times a week. Like, for weeks. Like, when I tell you for weeks, probably from March all the way to June. Every single day, bro. Like, all the time. He would go to work. He would do whatever. We would link up, chill. And, or the case, like, it would switch. Like, it was switching. Like, you know, like, we would always be together just doing stuff. And that's why I'm like, okay, like, you know, like, that was my boo at the time. The girl was more than aware of that. I forgot to add this part. I'm editing it right now, and I just looked. Okay, so I forgot because this is the part I had to add screenshots. Like, it would be times, like, I know, like, now, like, I was immature at the time. Like, my mindset was still, like, I would be like, we would be getting into it sometimes, and like I would be texting her, venting about the situation, and she will be trying to, like, you know, see what's going on his behalf, X, Y, and Z, like, try to, like, you know, like, I don't know, like, she was just third party in a relationship. Like, when I tell you, I would be like, bro, literally, I will be venting to her about this boy. Like, I'm literally adding screenshots. The screenshot should be up there. Like, I was literally venting to this girl about this boy, and it's like, now that I look back to it, it's like, I would never do that again. Like, I was immature. Like, I would never put another person in my relationship because, like, once you start putting people in a relationship, that's when it start being weird, and obviously they gonna start trying to, like, you know, like, and I don't got time for none of that. But at the time, she would just be trying to, like, make it seem like, oh, like, you know, it's just this, it's just that, like, knowing damn well that he's probably moving weird because you are sleeping with this boy. You're sleeping with him. Like, you're literally, oh, child. Anyways, let me get back to the story. Now, the girl and the boy, the girl that put me onto him, what are we gonna call her? We gotta call her something. We're gonna call her, like, we can't call her Lychee because Lychee was from the last third time. We could call her, like, Tutti. Tutti. Miss Tutti. She was best friends with the boy. We could call him Grape. So Grape and Tutti were best friends or whatever the case may be. And I don't really do that best friend stuff, but I can't say anything because I have a boy best friend and we've been best friends since 2nd grade. They probably wasn't best friends that long, but once again, like, That's supposed to be my man's. I'm not thinking nothing of it. Like, I never would think that she had a hidden agenda. But I should have known with all the red flags that was already up in the air. So, yeah, like I said, we was around each other all the time. They were best friends, like, you know, stuff like that. So then it was one day, I just got a weird feeling. I just had a weird feeling. I don't know what had transpired, but it was just a weird feeling. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to ask him if there was something that, like, happened. Like, if they had history or something. Because some just told me to ask that. And why when I asked that, he got mad? No, why would you think that? Da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, why are you getting so mad? Like, if you, like, what are you getting so mad about? Like, why would you, like, come on, bro. Like, what are you mad for? Like, what do you, it's a simple question. Like, I'm going to ask because, I mean, I just felt like that instinct. Something told me to ask. It was that instinct, and I just decided to ask. And then I was like, okay, like, cool. Like, I'm just gonna ask. So he got so mad. So mad. So mad. And then I proceeded to ask her. And I'm like, y'all had a history before or something like that? She was like, no, but I kind of had a crush on him before, or blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me? Like, you know, like, we already done, you know, feel me? So it's like, we already, like, what? Like, come on. But I wasn't thinking it was, like, something, like, she was like, I just found him cute. No, she didn't say crush. She said, I just found him cute or stuff like that. And then I was like, oh, like, but she was like, that was a long time ago, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, not thinking nothing of it once again. I'm ignoring the red flags, but I still got this intuition feeling like something is going on, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. But I just ignored it because I had no confirmed evidence to be like, okay, like, this is what's going on with them, like, this is what's going on with that. Beforehand, actually, before that situation, I lied. Before that situation, she was at his house. But we were supposed to all link, like, I think it was like a Tuesday. We was all supposed to link that Tuesday. And it was supposed to be me, him, Tuti, and his friend. We were supposed to all hang out that Tuesday. So, yeah, it was like Saturday right around time. I get a call, and I'm on my way to work. And she's at his house on his bed. She's like, guess where I'm at? And then she just posted up. And I'm like, I thought we... And you know what's crazy? That's 333. That's God telling me. Anyways, so I was like, all right, like, you know, like, I thought we were supposed to, like, hang out. Like, why are you over there? Like, what are you doing over there? Like, I didn't know you was going over there. So then, it was just like, I had to come pick up my sweater. And I was in the area. And blah, 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 blah. So I'm just like,
Oh, you want to get fucked up. You want to get... What is your...
And then from there, that's when I got your intuition feeling. And then a couple of days later, I had asked that question and he got mad. Now we're back to the story. So then, yeah, now it's approximately, it's like a little bit, about to be my prom. My prom was June 7th. So it was a little bit close to that around that time period, a little bit, okay? So now around this time, I fell out with her because of that situation. Like what she said, she found him cute. And I just felt like, it was just like, I just knew. You was at his house, then you said he was cute. Like, you supposed to be his best friend. And I just know how she gets down. So I'm like, it's something up. I was not born yesterday, and I was not born under a rock. Like, it's something going on. Like, something going on here. And I scoped the scenery out, and I felt like I was right. Like, it was something going on. So, before, like, but me and her fell out a little bit. We didn't fall out, like, a major thing. Like I said, we would fall out all the time because of boys. Like, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, now we're on the falling out. We're already on the falling outs. Like, we're not speaking, but we're not beefing. Like, I'm not to the point where I want to fight her. It's just, like, because there's no confirmed evidence that they did anything. So, why now... Girl, why my ex-girlfriend calls me and says, oh, she starts blacking. Now, she normally does that, but I don't know what it was. I know we wasn't having nothing going on for the verge of her to start, like, that nonsense of the bull, like, oh, you know, da-da-da-da, and you hanging out with Tuti, and Tuti over here calling me, talking about some, you and her fucking the same boy, and da-da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da-da, and I'm like, hold on, she told you what? What are you talking about? Like, wait, hold on. What are you talking about? This girl normally be lying, but the way she was, like, I know when she be lying. Like, she was not lying. Yeah. I know she wasn't lying. I just could tell. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, wait, hold on. Before we get into this argument, hold on. Let me know what you're talking about, because I might not even argue back, because what are you talking about? So she's like, oh yeah, Stuti just called me and told me that she is sleeping with the boy that she, like, you know, the boy that you are. And I'm like, are you talking about such and such? Like, she said, I didn't even say are you talking about such and such, because that's crazy. Asking my ex-girlfriend that is crazy. She told me such and such. She said such and such name, Grape's name, and she said Tuti. She said Grape and Tuti be, you feel me? And I'm like, and she's like, yeah, she called me and she told me that. And then she took a screenshot of the call log. I won't add that up here because I don't even think I still have that. But she added a screenshot of them just being on the phone and stuff like that. And I was like, and I knew she was not lying, bro. I just was waiting for something in God's universe tell me that, and I would have been, you know, I just knew. You broke girl code. You put me onto somebody. You was like, come on, that was mad, inconsiderate, and weird. Like, bitch, you're trying to be nutty buddies? Like, what are you doing? I'm not trying to be nutty buddies with you. What are you, like, what in the right, what in your right state of mind made you sit there and be like, I'm gonna put my friend onto somebody I'm sleeping with? And then they both proceeded, but one time before this even, before I started getting the signs, it was one day he was like, would you have a threesome, such and such? And I was like, no, I don't think so. And if I, like, I don't know. Like, I don't think so. I don't know. And then, like, a day before or the day after, the girl, Tuti, she was like, oh, would you have a threesome? And then I was like, why did y'all both ask me that? And I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, and I was like, you know what's funny? Grape just asked me the same question, and she was like, oh yeah, because we was talking about a topic the other day, and then I was like, oh. And I didn't put two and two together because, once again, who was thinking that? Like, who has the intention of, like, what? Y'all was plotting on me from the get-go. Like, what? So I was like, all right, like, I don't know. So, like, fast forward back to where we're at now. All of that weird stuff. So then me and her, we had fell out. Like, now I want to fight because, not even because you sleeping with that boy. It's like, it's girl code. Like, you trying to disrespect me now. Like, I feel like you're trying to play with me. Like, girl, you trying to give me sloppy seconds or something. Like, you're still messing with that boy. If all you had to say was, I'm dealing with him, I would not put my friend onto somebody that I am interested in, or I am, you know, like, that was weird. Like, that was weird. 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 And me and her just fell out, like, boom. Like, I wanted to fight. She was not trying to come outside. She was not. So then I'm talking to him, and they're like, oh, he's saying, he's not answering his phone. He's like, ignore her. I guess he was telling the girl to ignore me and everybody to ignore me. And just being weird, like, just being all around weird. They were still cool. I don't know how. As a female, I don't know what in your right state of mind made you be like, okay, like, that was okay, because that was not okay. So, yeah, they were still cool and such and such, such and such. But mind you, me and him fell out around after prom, because I found out all of this after prom. So, now it's, like, still June. 2 months, yeah, we fell out after prom, stuff like that. Something like that, like, around, because on prom, I linked Grape. And then after that, that was the last time. No, me and Grape linked again with one of my other friends, and we was cooling. And then that day he was mad because I went there to talk, and he was just on some, oh, you not trying to do nothing to, I'm like, anyway, child, I'm not here for that. This is not what we here for. That's not what's going on. And he was mad because I ain't doing it with him. And then that's when we started talking, because he was being he was being sassy, and he walked outside and he was just walking around just being sassy, all around sassy. It just did not give. It just gave. It was something wrong with him. And I'm like, okay, I don't care. Go ahead. I'm not chasing you, boy. Bye. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Oh, bye-bye. Oh, because bye. I don't care. What? So now 2 months go by, and it's like, and like I said, I was not dealing with nobody before him. I wasn't dealing with nobody after him. He was the last person, and I was gonna break no contact. Not gonna, no shade with it, no shade with it. I'm trying to get my rocks off. You gotta tell me. If my family's watching this, just go ahead and click off, okay? But no funny. I was gonna text him, and I was like, nah, I'm not even gonna text him. Why? I went to some party. I went to some party, and then I was gonna text him that night, and then I was like, no. And that day when I was on my way home, it's so crazy because I swear God really works in mysterious ways. Like, that's why I'm telling y'all, don't be saying certain stuff that y'all don't mean. My old boy best friend, my first boy best friend ever. Well, I had 2 boy best friends in my whole entire life, which was the one I have now, and then I had one before. If y'all ever see me with my teddy bear, he had got me that teddy bear. I don't have no feelings towards him. It's just like, that was the first time somebody has got me a teddy bear, and I've like obsessed with teddy bears because it's like, it's just a long story about the teddy bear. But that best friend, we don't really speak a lot, so we don't really talk at all no more. But he had called me that day, and we was talking and stuff like that, and I was on my way home from the party. Oh no, I'm lying, because I seen him at the party, and I think I was calling. He called me to see where I was going or if I was good, like to check up on me and stuff like that. And then I was on the phone with him, and he said something about, he had brought up something about my boo, and I was like, no, he's not gonna make it far with his basketball career, and I just said something negative. And then crazy thing is, when I woke up the next day, my friend at the time, she had called me, and she was like, yo, I think Grape died. And I'm like, what? And it was like, I tell you, as soon as I woke up, like, I was like, I just woke up fresh off the wake up. She's like, yeah, I think Grape died. And I'm like, girl, that's not funny. Why would you say that? And she's like, no, I'm serious, look. And then she started screen sharing, and I'm like, nah, you lying, bro. What? And then I go on Instagram, bro. When I tell you, as soon as I seen it, I dropped to the floor and my chest was caving in. It's like, I don't know why I felt so bad. Like, I feel like this only felt bad because he was the last person, you know, like, feel me? And then I had genuine feelings for him. Like, it was like, I was like, you know, we was around each other a lot. Eventually, even though somebody do you bad, like, you still have a genuine, like you just, if you're genuine from the start, you're gonna be like, oh my God, like, I don't know, like, I just didn't know what to, like, I never lost nobody for real in my life that was like this to me, or like anybody close to me, or anybody, like, you know, so like, that was like the first time. So I was just like my chest caved in. I was just like, oh my God, like, I was sad. I don't know why I was sad. Like, he was sliming me out. I don't know why I was sad. That's how I know I'm a genuine person, because why did I feel sad? Like, why did I? And then I'm not gonna tell y'all how he passed away, because y'all are gonna try to add 2 and 2 together, and we don't got no time for that. So he passed away. Well, I would say he did pass away in a car crash. He, like, the car. But I'm not going to say what happened in the scenario, because y'all are the FBI on here, and I be knowing about y'all. I did hear a story that he was on his way to link. I found out, well, I don't know if it's 1,000% true. I didn't have no firm evidence. But I heard he was on the way to link my best friend's ex-girlfriend that he was also dealing with at the time. And I kind of was like, oh my God, like, you was on your way to link another female and you got into a car crash. But I don't know if that's genuinely true, so I'm not gonna sit here and be spreading rumors and lies, and I don't really know, because like I said, he's not here to defend himself. So I won't be putting anything like bad on his name that he did not, you know, do, because everything in the story time was very much accurate and true. Like, and if y'all want to scrap about it, we can do scrappy do, okay? No shade. And yeah, so then, okay, the story's coming to a near end. So yeah, we went to this candlelighting ooh, excuse me, that was actually mad trifling. Anyways, so we ended up going to his candlelighting and stuff like that, and obviously the girl is there because that was her so-called quote-unquote best friend. And then remember that I told y'all the last time I seen him, it was because me and my friend linked him, him and his friend. So that's when yeah, I seen the friend first, and I seen her right after because he was right there. And, you know, my first intention is, I'm not fighting at nobody's candlelighting, because at the end of the day, as much as I want to beat you up, I'm not going to do it at this candlelighting, because that's just mad disrespectful on the people's here that behalf. Like, they're grieving. Like, this is crazy. Like, you know, it's all abrupt. He was young, so it's like all of that happened. Like, you know, always like losing somebody is always like sentimental. Like, you know, just don't be fighting at nobody's. Come on, bro. Like, have some decorum, like, okay? So I did see her, and I was like, all right. Like, I wasn't even on no, like, I was like, I would take it around the block. Like, if she really genuinely wanted to fight me, I would take it around the block. But once again, I told y'all, she did not want to fight me from the jump, from the get-go. So I'm with everybody, and I'm with my friends, all my close friends, and they're like, tell her to come over there to fight. Tell her to come over there to fight. Tell her to come over there to fight, and stuff like that. And then they was like, Unique, like, you know, she doesn't want to fight. So don't be I'm like, bro, I didn't even come here with the intention of worrying about this girl. I just came here to pay my respects. Like, because at the end of the day, even though you did me slime, like, you passing away was just genuinely, like, crazy to me. So I just felt like that was just something that just, like, it was just abrupt. And, like, I just came to pay my respect. Even though normally now I would be like,
Dick rider! Dick rider, dick rider, dick rider!
so anyways, so I was just like, yeah, you know, like, she don't want to fight. Like, when I tell you she was scared for her life, she was like, I don't have no problem with you. Da, da, da. I was like, but I have a problem with you, though. Because you know what you did was weird. And, you know, since he's not here anymore, I'm going to let that pass away with him. I'm going to let it die with him. But don't ever think that you have one up on me. Because if you ever try something else, I will not be holding my tongue back. And I will not be sparing you any type of day of time. Because, girl, what the hell is you doing? Like, you over here, like, you was trying to be nutty buddy so bad. Like, you're bugging. Like, I'm so confused. So, I never seen that girl after that day. I never got my closure. Like, it was just, like, I just never, like, everything with that whole situation, I had to just, like, leave it in the past and just move on from that. Because, like, I'm like, at the end of the day, girl, I heard you were burning. So, I don't have nothing to do with that. Like, you was fighting your own demons, mama. And he, not saying he deserved to die, but he was dead to me after that situation. So, if it became literal, then, I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all. Honestly speaking, like, and anybody that knows exactly what I'm talking about in this scenario, and I'm not trying, like I said, I'm not trying to be laughing at nobody that passed away because, yeah, karma is a thing, and I'm not trying to die because I'm laughing at somebody else. But like I said, he did slime me out, and that's just the end of this story time. I just got over this story time after a certain point because when I think back to it, I'm just like, bro, you was really trying to be nutty buddies. Like, I'm so confused. Like, I'm really so confused. Like, I just never met a female that just really, like, you're just like. And then there was one time she was showing me her My Eyes Only, bro. It was mad niggas in there. Like, mad niggas in there. I'm like, oh. Like, and that's another reason why I would never, like, physically attracted to her in that way. Because, ew, like. So, even if she was trying to, like, make us, like, well, we all did something and just not with each other. So, it's like, you know, we should might as well, like, I don't know what her logic was. But either way it goes, it was just, like, it just gave weird. So, yeah, but anyways, that brings us to the end of the story time. Thank you guys for watching. If you want more story times, comment down below. Comment down below your thoughts and how you would have handled it. Like, would you have beat her up at the candle lighting, or would you have did it how I did it? Like, I feel like I handled it the most logical way. No shade. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Murder, murder,